Today I'm going to make another rocket stove. I really like this one, I really enjoy it, but I'm going to make a little bigger one. And what you need is some tin like this. This is old scrap tin. People are going to throw that in the garbage, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to cut it up and make a rocket stove out of it. Use it for a mold. And here's a bottom of a bird cage, I think it is. I'm going to use that for the base. I'm going to keep that as a mold. And I'm going to take this cardboard and I'm going to cut a round circle to fit the bottom of the base so the cement doesn't stick to it. So that's what I'm doing right now. This is the starting of it. This is October 16th. It's a Tuesday, I think it is. And there's a couple stray dogs. I don't know where these dogs came from, but they seem like pretty good dogs. I hate to see them go to the pound or whatever, but they seem like they're together. You know, they seem pretty happy. They're probably hungry. I took that cardboard and pushed it down in this pan, and pushed it down pretty tight. So that's where I'm starting. Now I got to do the mold of the outside. Get that all the outside mold. I need to tape it up and then put some rope around it, twine or something, keep it in place. I put some metal tape on the seam, and I got some twine and tied it around so when I put the cement in, it will hold it pretty tight or whatever. But that's the outside of the mold. Oh, I'm going to put some tape around the bottom so the cement doesn't leak. So I'm going to go around the bottom with some aluminum heat tape. Put that tape around the bottom, that way it wouldn't leak. So now we're done with the outside mold. And we got to do the inside. So I made another cylinder. This is going to be the inside mold. I got a piece of metal in there. I'm going to put some weight in it so we'll hold it down when I put the cement in so it doesn't float to the top. But it's exactly like the bigger mold, but this cardboard on the outside, if it doesn't come out with the metal on the inside, the first burn will always burn it off because it's just cardboard. So this is what it's going to look like. There's the bottom mold, just like that. But I'm going to put some chicken wire and some holes in it so you can get air while it's burning. But I really enjoy these stoves. They put out the heat and they cook really fast. I just wanted a little bit bigger. I use these tuna fish cans to get some air. After I have it made, I'm going to drill some holes in this. Quite a few, you know, 10, 15 holes so they can suck some air through there. And if you drill the holes, it's like a flash suppressant to keep the flames in, you know, so the flames won't go out. But just put it in some newspaper, put it in a couple pages, and just tape it down. And I'll put that on the sides, and then try to mark it where it's at, because I may not be able to see it. And then I have to chisel it out a little bit, but it's not bad. It's only like maybe 1/8 of an inch thick, not even that. And I'm going to use this one right here for the feeder hole. I'm going to make it hopefully a little bit bigger than that. Put some cardboard around it and put that in there and cut it down. And that's going to be for putting wood in it. After it's already going, you know, you usually put the wood in the top to get it started, but if you need more wood, everything's hot, so you need a feeder hole to feed the fire. So that's what I'm going to use, is this little popcorn container type thing. Cut that down and put some newspaper in it and tape it, just like the tuna fish cans. Well, this is what I'm going to use to make the cement. You got this scoop away kitty litter container. I was going to bring out my wheelbarrow, but I don't want to get it dirty. It's winter time and I don't feel like cleaning it again. It's about 1/3 of a bag of ready mix, which if I need more I still got another 60 pounds. Got a stir stick, got a little shovel I can shovel it in, need some water and some chicken wire. So first of all I'm going to cut a round piece of chicken wire for the bottom, and then I'll start pouring the cement. Put about 3/4 of an inch cement in the bottom of this. I'm going to set this chicken wire in there. Hopefully it's going to help it keep it together at the bottom. Now I'm going to add another maybe an inch and then put the inside mold in it. But I got the right consistency of cement, just the way I wanted it. I thought maybe I didn't have enough water, but I started stirring it and it worked out just fine. Hear that crow laughing at me? That's all they do all day is sit on the telephone pole and laugh. Let's see if you can see him. Let me zoom in on him. Yeah, this year we got quite a few crows. Well, I put the cement in, put the chicken wire in. I got the tuna fish cans, one on each side. So now I'm going to mix a little bit more. I already used all that cement. So I'm going to make some more cement and put it in the feeder hole. And then I'll put in some stands for the hot plate, I guess it's called, after I get everything leveled out. Well, I'm finished pouring the cement. It was a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. Some of it's going to be pretty thick around, but I guess that's okay. I put 2 layers of chicken wire in it. So now I'm going to put some metal tubes or bars or whatever around it, so it'll support the frying pans or the skillet or whatever, the grill. So I'm going to cut those and put them around there and give it 4 or 5 days to cure. Last time I did about a day, day and a half, and it didn't work with some flower pots. So I'm going to at least give it 4 days. So today's Tuesday at noon. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah, maybe Saturday. It's probably going to rain Saturday, but we'll take a look at it. I have 2 of these metal bars, solid steel, and I'm going to cut them at 4 3/4 because they're not quite 15 inches long. So I'm going to cut them at 4 3/4 and see how they work on that. So I cut these metal bars, 6 of them about 4 3/4 to 5 inches long. So it doesn't really matter because I measured 1 inch and 3/4 right there, and then the rest is underneath, like 3 inches. 3 inches will be in the cement, 1 1/4 will be above to put the grill, and we'll take a look at it. This will be the last step. There it is. Put 6 of them in there. This is Saturday morning, October 21st. I'm getting ready to take the mold off my rocket stove. Here it is. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It's pretty nippy out here. I'm thinking probably mid-30s, maybe high 30s. A little bit of wind. But here's my rocket stove, and there's the inside of it. I took the weight out. I was holding it down. We'll see how it goes. So I got the inside out. It was a little bit of a pain. I just had to get a good grip on it. I couldn't grab, so I had to go get a pair of pliers and pull it out with a pair of pliers, and it came out pretty simple after I got a grip on it, but that's what it looks like. It's been 4 days. It still looks a little bit wet, but I took the bottom off. It came off really easy, and this thing here is coming around. Yeah, right there, came right off. So these are pretty simple to make. You know, probably cost you about a couple, $2 or $3 to make one of these. But now we're gonna have to clean out the air holes in the feeder hole. See how that works out. It looks a little bit lopsided, but I can fix that. I just took a cold chisel and a hammer, and that's where the tuna fish cans were, and they came out simple, really simple. Hit it about 2 or 3 times and it went in. And the feeder hole is a little bit higher than my other one, so the wood will go down instead of up. And you can see chicken wire and stuff like that. I don't know how long this is going to last, but my other one lasted me quite a while. It's still good. I just used it this morning. I put that piece of cable around it because it cracked, and still working. You know, I've had it for 2 or 3 months and still going strong. But I'm just tired of picking that up and dumping it, dumping out the ashes, because that weighs 25 pounds, you know, so it's pretty heavy. This one here even weighs even more, but I'm going to fix it so I can dump the ashes. Pretty simple. But there's 2 air holes and a feeder hole, so that's what it looks like. Well, I put one of the tuna fish cans in there. Hopefully there's enough holes for air. But I'm going to put this other one in there and put the lid on it, and it'll be ready. I got one thin part right here. It's probably 3/4 of an inch, but as it goes down, tapers down, it's thicker. But I think this would be a good rocket stove. Well, there it is. It's set up, and for my ash problem, because I don't like dumping it because it's kind of heavy, I made this coffee can. I'm going to take this cable and I'm going to put it through there, tie a knot, or put a bolt on it or something. Hold it down. One end's okay. It's got this stopper right there. It's going to stop it from the hole, going through the hole. And this right here is my grill type thing. I got this from the DI for $2. It's worth $2 because it looks like it's brand new, but it's run by the Mormon church, the LDS church. And all that stuff is donated, but some of it's way overpriced. I don't know why they do that, because they don't have to pay taxes on it and everything's free, you know, and I think they pay their help minimum wage. But I think it's got a good deal. I'm pretty happy with this for $2. You know, I wouldn't pay any more than that, but it feels like it's almost brand new. But hopefully this is going to stop my ash problem. Put a coffee can in there and dump it every time, you know. My other one I used to have to dump 1 or 2 times every other day, every time I used it, you know. Dump it out, and it's a lot of weight. And this right here, I just pick up the bucket and dump it, and there's hardly any weight there. But I figure there's going to be ashes on the side, but I'll only have to dump it maybe once a month, or, you know, every 2 weeks at the least. But I'm almost ready to get something going and maybe heat my coffee back up. Still a little bit damp, but we'll see what happens. So I put that coffee can in there, collect the ashes. Got this little handle right here. You know, you can use a clothes hanger or whatever to make this. But I need to find a pan lid or something to put on the bottom of that to make it even pick up more ashes, you know. But we'll see how it works. Well, that's what it looks like. This is the very first burn. And usually when I put in a bunch of twigs and stuff, it smokes quite a bit. But there's my new rocket stove. Very first burn, and we'll see how it's doing. I need to fix another thing for the ashes and stuff. But we'll see how this works. Heating up some coffee that I had this morning. Thanks for watching. Well, it heated up pretty fast. I got about an inch and a half between the rocket stove and the grate. see it in there going pretty good. The thing should be percolating any time. Took about 5 minutes. But these rocket stoves, I'm pretty pleased with them. It's a pretty good idea, whoever invented them. Really smart. I took that coffee can out and put a little bit more wood in it. And it's seems to be doing pretty good. I can tell that coffee pot's about ready to start percolating any second now. That thing's putting out some heat. This is just small kindling wood. Oh yeah, you can see that coffee pot going. Yeah, you can tell when it starts to percolate. And it makes a mess because I don't have a cap for it. This is my first cook. I put in some bigger wood so it won't smoke as much. But I'm going to cook me up some pancakes. And that first one, it's usually a test one. But that looks perfect. And I got enough wood in there to cook 4 or 5, maybe 6 pancakes. And even more, maybe even some more coffee. Wouldn't you know it? My last pancake and the flame gets going really good. That's par for the course. Now it's time to cook another meal, but I got 5 pancakes. And when theirs almost burnt, I caught it just in time. Yeah, do this. There we go. Yeah, put my coffee pot back on.